Yo, what's good, folks?
Slight left turn onto California.
Good morning.
90.
Good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're at in the world. Tyrus Bain here. Welcome to the Definition of Anarchy. This is going to be kind of a quick live, y'all. I'll probably pick it back up after I get done doing what I'm doing. Just so y'all know, I've been back at work for a few weeks. And on the weekends, I've been having things going on. So I haven't had a chance to do a rucking live at the stairs. So, but I'll probably be picking that up again next week, next Sunday. Today I'm taking my wife out for a date, so we're going to go bike riding and then hit up this restaurant in Marina Del Rey. Anyway, what's good? Just so y'all know, I have been at work. I have we're doing a 14-story building. We're renovating a 14-story building, and I have been having the opportunity to hit the stairs at work. So I've been on the stairs. So I've been keeping up with the stair climbing. So even with weight. So not as much weight as I do at the stairs, but I've been hitting it.
Next exit on the right.
So your boy been keeping it up. Anyway, I want to talk to you guys about an interesting CBS article that came out recently, a CBS News article discussing the birth rates in the world, right? Or in this country. Obviously, after the pandemic started, really after the lockdown started, the birth rates dropped 7% since the lockdown. So, that's no surprise, right? You got people locked in the house. They're stressed out. They're not producing what they need to produce to make it crack. So, obviously, you create an environment that's not conducive to rearing children, right? So, obviously, some people are not going to be able to handle that. Some people can't adapt that quickly. So that's one factor. But even before that, in recent years, the birth rate of a mother having children dropped from 4 per woman to about 2.5. And really, that's not sustainable. And you have to consider that most women are not having children anymore, right? Not most women, but more women than before are not having children. They're working, they're doing this, that, and the third, they're single. Especially, we're talking about the younger generations. We're talking about like the millennials and younger. They're not really concerned about having children. As a matter of fact, many of them think that bringing children into this world is a form of cruelty. So they're like, oh no, we don't want to have children, blah, blah, blah. But, and I'm going to put this link in the description, you guys, from this news article. And I want you guys to check it out for yourself, because it's kind of crazy what they said that brought this to my attention, right? The one thing that made me want to do a live stream about it is when a professor at University of Southern California, right, a demographic professor from University of Southern California by the name of Dow Myers, said that we overshot and dropped it down too low. I want y'all to pay attention to what he said. We overshot and brought it down too low in regards to the birth rates. That's kind of crazy that they would come out and say that and publicize that for the world to see. But see, most people aren't going to pick that up. They're going to be like, they're not even going to understand what that means. They overshot and brought it down too low. Now, decades before, when there was the baby boomer stuff going on, right? There was a concern that we would overpopulate the earth, and we would strain the resources, right? We would overpopulate the world so much we would strain the resources. Well,
In half
Now
of a mile,
they're
right
saying that
turn onto Venice Boulevard.
oh, and then they come out with these programs, right? They have all these programs. They're pushing birth control. They're pushing abortion, right? At an extreme rate, right? Well, you know the eugenicist Margaret Sanger. She was on it since before that. I mean, she started Planned Parenthood in order to depopulate the population of the African American, which she succeeded at. You know, we will not depopulate, but stagnate our population growth. So we're still at 13%. If you believe the statistics, if you want to believe the statistics, which I don't put too much faith in, especially if it's coming from the government, we're at 13%. I think it's more than that. I think it's way more than that. But I do believe that our growth in population, as far as African Americans are concerned, or Afro-Indigenous people are concerned, is stagnated. I will agree with that. Well, a lot of it has to do with the fact that Planned Parenthood is so proliferant in our neighborhoods, right? And then they advertise the killing of babies. So it's going to be appealing to women in downtrodden neighborhoods, ethnic, black women and Hispanic in these neighborhoods. Oh, look, I can get it in whenever I want. And if I get pregnant, I just got to go down the street to Planned Parenthood, and no questions asked, they'll kill my baby for me.
Quarter of a mile, your
So,
destination is ahead on the right.
This was a plan and a plot by eugenicists like Margaret Sanger to reduce the population or to stagnate the population of the Afro-Indigenous people. But what ends up happening when you have a targeted campaign to go after a certain people group, what invariably happens is it affects everyone at some point, right? Because it's not only going to be black women that are going to get abortions. Now you got white women that are going to get abortions, Hispanic. It doesn't just stay with with black people.
The route
and consider this. Finished. Consider this, right? Consider HIV, right? There is, in a novel, there is a conspiracy theory floating around that HIV was introduced into the population, right? It was created and introduced into the population to get rid of gay people, right? Gay people and black people. But what ended up happening is, yes, it did affect those groups at alarming numbers and at large numbers, right? But what ends up happening? Eventually, white folks gonna get HIV too. White folks, everybody, right? So it happens just like with heroin and crack. It's gonna hit everybody. And so when they say, oh, we overshot and brought it down too low, I'm thinking they're talking about, oh, it done creeped up out of the black and Hispanic and all that neighborhoods. Our campaign to reduce the population, it done creeped into the caucus side of the population. So now we got to kind of reel that back and try to convince people to start having babies again. You see how it works? Decades ago, this is how science works. This is how government science works, right? And government and media science. When you put those two together, you get science fiction. So anyway, when decades ago they were saying, oh, they were concerned about a global freeze, right? They were concerned about the freezing of the earth, right? They thought it was, oh, we're going in a global cooling, right? Well, that didn't happen fast enough. So then they said, well, you know what? We're going to say global warming, because when the earth goes in and out of ice ages, it warms and cools. That's just a natural part of the earth, right? And so when they say, well, you know what, we're going to call it global warming. And when the ozone layer didn't get ripped apart in 10 years and hellfire didn't rain down on us and we didn't start melting, right? Then they had to say global, climate change. See how they change shit to suit their needs. So now, now we're in danger of having population overgrowth. Okay, well, now we have to campaign. We have to do things to reduce the population in certain demographics. Oh, well, guess what? It's spilling over into the demographics we don't want. So now we got to kind of reel that back. And now we got to tell people, oh, you know, well, we're in danger of having such a reduced rate in birth that is becoming a disaster, right? That's what they're saying. They're saying that this is like a disastrous rate of the birth rates dropping is at a disastrous rate. That's what they're saying. So, I mean, it's kind of crazy how that works. You know what I'm saying? And I kind of try to read between the lines and see and look deeper into what they're saying. When this person said we overshot and brought it down too low, oh man, that just tells you a lot right there. That one sentence tells you a lot and confirms a lot, right? It confirms a lot about the eugenicist movement. That's just where I'm at with it. Let me see what y'all talking about up in here. Good morning, Xander. Anarchy TV was good. So, Anarchy was good. How y'all doing, man? So yeah, the Hobbit Kai was good. So yeah, man. So I don't know, man. I have 6 children myself. So I'm doing my part to ensure that I'm doing my part. So, you know, hey, there's only so much I can do. I can't do no more than that. You understand what I'm saying? I can't do no more than 6. So, as a matter of fact, I got an appointment on the 25th to get snipped. I know I was conflicted before, man. Like, I was like, okay, do I get snipped or like, do I wait? I don't know, because I don't want to have another baby too soon. And, you know, it's crazy, man. Having 6 children, y'all have no idea. Well, unless you have 6 children. But my idea was, okay, once I get my land and once I develop my land to the point where I feel comfortable enough, I can start having children again. But if I get snipped, I can't do that. So it's kind of it's a catch-22, you know? Because my whole thing is have as many children as the universe will allow. Well, that's what's up, Anarchy. Nigga evolving. Alrighty then. What's good, Mr. V? First it was too high, now it's too low. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. First it was global cooling. Oh, no, that didn't work. Oh, now it's global warming. Oh, well, it ain't warming up fast enough. Now it's changing. It's changing. Polar ice caps are melting so bad that actually by now California should have been half submerged in water. That's the thing. But now it's not happening. So now they have to change shit up. I feel like the U.S. is trying to manipulate how nature is. They're always trying. Man, it's not just the U.S. It's really the Zionists, man. The Zionists, their idea of they want to control everything. That's the whole idea behind Zionism. Is this level of control they want to have over every aspect of the world and every aspect of life. Wrap it up, Xander says, man, I haven't wrapped it up in probably over a decade and a half. That's gonna be tough. Well, not a decade and a half. How long have I been with my woman? I've been with her for like 12 years. So it's been about 13 years since I wrapped anything. You know what? Actually, longer than that. It's been because I was celibate for like 3 years. So including the 3 years I was celibate, it's been like 14 years since I wrapped anything up. When we gonna see your muscles? Oh my God. Nigga evolving, you're never gonna see my muscles rippling. No. I ain't gonna be able to do it. Anyway, guys, I'm gonna get up here, get in this farmer's market. I might get back on here on my way back to the house. Because there's a lot more shit to talk about. And yeah, I miss live chatting with you guys. So yeah, we're gonna get it in. Yeah, Xander, I agree. So anyway, I'll hit you up in a few minutes, y'all. So I'll be back. Peace.